tonight. Give them a great big.
Y'all help us out. Come on now. Well, God always knows just what we need. He can turn everything around unexpectedly. When we've given our all and think it's over and done, He makes a way where there just wasn't one. Life is great and getting better. Every day His grace shines through the stormy weather. Got my family and friends, and when you put it all together, life is great and getting better. He works all things together for our good. Even when we don't understand or act like we should. Talking to you, Lord. Troubles and trials come along every day, but all things considered, friends, I'd have to say life is great and getting better. Every day His grace shines through the stormy weather. Got my family and friends, and when you put it all together, life is great and getting better. Well, my mood and attitude are in my control, so I'm choosing to use all the joy that's in my soul. Life is great and getting better. Every day His grace shines through the stormy weather. Got my family and friends, and when you put it all together, life is great, getting better. Every day His grace shines through the stormy weather. Got my family and friends, and when you put it all together, life is great and getting better. Yeah, life is great and getting better. Yeah.
Yes, it is. When you're up against a wall and your mountain seems so tall, and you realize life's not always fair, you can run away and hide, let the old man decide, or you can change your circumstances with a prayer. And everything falls apart. Praise His name. And when you have a broken heart, just raise your hands and say, Lord, you're all I need. You're everything to me. And He'll take the pain away. When it seems you're all alone, praise His name. And when you feel you can't go on, just raise your hands and say, greater is He that is within me. You can raise the hurt away. You just praise His name.
It's always good to be here at Lake Gibson. We are Jeff and Sheri. If you've never seen us before, what you see is what you get. Now, I'm from Mount Airy, North Carolina. If you've ever watched the Andy Griffith Show, I'm a big fan. I watch Andy Griffith all the time. I went to the same elementary school Andy Griffith went to. Mount Airy, North Carolina is where I was raised, and he calls it Mayberry. They got a lot of goobers and gomers from there, and I'm one of them. My daddy taught me growing up, Jeff, always be what you is and don't be what you ain't, because if you ain't what you is what you ain't. And that taught me a whole lot about life, didn't it, baby? This is my purty wife, and we're getting ready to celebrate June the 18th, our big 30th wedding anniversary. That's a big one.
Where did 30 years go?
I don't know, but you get prettier and prettier.
Well, thank you. You do
sure
too.
do. I got an amen out of that right there. Sure did. But yeah, we love traveling and singing together. Why don't we do a song? Sheri's mama, Polly, is 78 years old. 13 years ago, she was diagnosed with Parkinson's and Lewy body dementia. So she's still with us. She's totally bedridden. We'll go over to her house every night and we sing songs to her. And the only way we can communicate is we'll get a smile out of her, or I'll sing her a silly song or tell her a joke or whatever it takes. And sometimes I get right in her face. Not long ago, I got in her face and said, "Polly, you know who this is?" And she says, "You need to brush your teeth." She knew exactly who I was.
And we celebrated. It was a whole set.
But this is the kind of song when we're just sitting around the house and ain't got nothing to do. We'll go see Miss Polly. This is one of them we'll do. There's a land that is fairer than day, and by faith we can see it afar. For the Father wakes over prepare us a dwelling place there in the sweet by and by. We shall meet on that beautiful shore in the sweet by and by. We shall meet on that beautiful shore. To our bountiful Father above, we will offer our tribute of praise for the glorious gift of His love and the blessings that hallow our days in the sweet by and by. We shall meet on that beautiful shore in the sweet by and by. We shall meet on that beautiful shore in the sweet by and by. We shall meet on that beautiful shore.
Woke up this morning a little bit early. Heard the birds out on my windowsill. I kissed good morning, and then the smell of coffee drifted in. Opened up a stack of mail, didn't find a single bill. Funny how sometimes the little things make you happy. I've got to sing, I've got to let the song come out. I've got to dance, can't keep my feet on the ground. I feel like soaring high above the clouds, whistling a happy tune. Got no time for doom and gloom. I just gotta let the whole world see.
And I love it.
Bless.
You should go around smiling. You got the greatest joy in the world, having Jesus living inside.
A lot to be grateful for.
I do. I tell you, Andy Andrews, a friend of ours, he says, I always try to talk with a smile. See what a difference it makes in everyday life when you go around seeing people. Speaking of smiling, Morgan over here, I stay on her all. You got to smile, baby. Look at that pretty smile she's got there. She's 21 years old. Still, we don't have a boyfriend yet, right? I mean, we've had them, but, you know, nothing to take yet.
Yeah,
nothing worth keeping yet, right? That's what, yes. I'm just trying to help you out. There's a whole bunch of people here, Morgan. They got grandbabies and grandsons, and, you know, Morgan's 21. And now we do want to get a good-looking fella, because we don't have no ugly grandbabies, y'all, I tell you. You are welcome there. I put that in there for you. But Morgan does a beautiful job. You got her song queued up, Madison. This is a song I love to hear Morgan sing. Would y'all give our daughter Morgan a big hand for putting up with me?
There are decisions I can't make on my own, and there aren't trials I can't face all alone. But you said you'd walk with me down life's troubled roads, and you said, come unto me, and I'll bear your heavy load. I need you more today than I did yesterday. Mountains are higher and rivers are wider. I need you more today than I did yesterday. Help me remember I need you more today. And when I wake up in the morning and I fear to face the day, let me feel your gentle hands leading the way. Yesterday has come and gone with those trials far behind, but I'm ever learning, Lord, and every day I find I need you more today than I did yesterday. Mountains are higher and rivers are wider. I need you more today than I did yesterday. Help me remember I need you more today. Help me remember I need you more today.
I tell you, one thing Sheri and I have always loved to do since we got married and we sing together is encourage the married couples in our audiences. When we were married for 10 years, we did a 10th anniversary of love songs. And then our 25th, we did 25 love songs to encourage you fellas and ladies. You know, some of you fellas after all these years don't know how to tell that lady how you really feel about her. Go buy her CD and let me tell her how you feel about her. I ain't scared. I love to get advice, too, from the older men. And I just wonder tonight, because it is a great crowd, has anybody been married over 60 years in here? Any of you? Right here?
There's some of you.
Oh, how about 65? Anybody been married that long?
There's still some.
65. How long you been married? 66 years. How about over here? What you got? How long y'all been married? Oh, 66
There's
years.
somebody in the back there.
Oh, way in the back. Am I missing somebody?
There's one right here.
There we go. How long y'all been married? 68 years. Wow. I just love those stories.
I do too. I do too.
I love to get advice from those older guys like that because I learned what to do and what not to do. Pastor, you know what I'm talking about. I just, a man's job, a lot of times I don't do things like a woman does, especially like organizing our clothes, because me, if you go by the side of my bed, you'll see a pile of not so clean, and some are cleaner than the others, and then you got the ones you go change the oil in your car. You put them in a special little spot. Anybody else do that, or is that just me? Women don't do that, guys.
No, we have a place for everything. Your place just happens to be different from mine.
Well, I got a system.
He says he has a system. Yet he came to the bus yesterday and he told me, he said, baby, you think you can get this grease out of my brand new shirt? So it happens. It happens that you sometimes forget to put your work clothes on.
The best advice I get from the men in the audience is we were in Branson, 2 years ago, and this guy had been married for 66 years, and I hollered out, I said, sir, what is your secret to 66 years of marriage? He hollered back, don't die. Just keep on breathing, y'all. We'll make it.
Good advice. Pretty good advice if you ask me. But we love to sing love stories, just love songs, because we've been so fortunate to grow up in a families just full of love. Jeff's mom and dad were married for 56 years. My mom and dad were married until my dad passed away. He passed away early. He was only 50 years old, and they had a beautiful relationship. My grandparents, Mom and Pop Lewis of the Lewis family, married 77 years.
Tell them that story. I love
beautiful, beautiful people, and just opposite as night and day. Oh, Grandma was me, and Pop was a little like Jeff. And so we were very different. Opposite end. Grandma and Pop were opposite ends of the spectrum. But one of my favorite stories happened during the latter part of their life. Grandma had signs of dementia. She was getting a little more forgetful. And they were having breakfast together one morning. Pop took her by the hand. And he said, Ma, do you still love me? And she looked at him and she said, if you're Roy Lewis, I do. And I love what that says. She may not have been certain as to who she was having breakfast with that morning, but she did know to whom she had given her heart so many years before. I love that story. I love sharing it with you.
We love this song, too. You placed gold on my finger, and you brought love like I'd never known. And you gave life to our children, and to me a reason to go on. You're my bread when I'm hungry, and you're my shelter from troubled winds. And you're my anchor in life's ocean. But most of all, you're my best friend. Now tell all these folks here how you feel about me.
That I need hope and inspiration. You're always strong when I'm tired and weak. I could search this whole world over.
She got that right.
And you'd still be everything that I need. 'Cause you're my bread when I'm hungry, and you're my shelter from troubled winds, and you're my anchor in life's ocean. But most of all, you're my best friend.
Now y'all take your friend by the hand and help us sing.
You're my bread when I'm hungry.
You're my shelter from troubled wind.
And you're my shelter from troubled wind.
You're my anchor in life's ocean.
And you're my anchor in life's ocean. most of all, you're my best friend.
That beautiful. We're so proud. And then Morgan, I'm going to introduce you to. Morgan's 21. Our boy Madison back here, he's 26. If y'all could have seen me in 1986, that's what I looked like right there. Only bad thing about that, he knows what he's going to look like at 55. And I might say Lake Gibson's always special to me because it's usually the week of my birthday. My birthday's this coming Wednesday. As of right now, I'm still 54. But Wednesday, I will turn 55. I will be...
Double nickels. He will get the senior discount. Yeah! We have waited so long for this.
Well, 55 ain't so old now, y'all. I used to think, man, if you're 55, you're old people. No, not no more. 55 is young. But Madison here, he and his wife Shannon, they weren't with us last year. His friend had passed away, and he was at a funeral last year. But he watched us, by the way. Do y'all still do your internet thing, streaming? So everybody watching, by the way, internet, hello. But Madison sat home and watched us last year, and he wasn't able to be with us. So he and Shannon, you want to introduce them and talk about it?
Yes, Madison and Shannon. Madison is 26. He's our firstborn. Morgan's 21. And then we have a 9-year-old. A lot of you ask about our daughter, Mara. She is our 20th wedding anniversary gift to each other. Yes, and yes, she was a nice surprise. We're so blessed to have her. But Madison has always been, he's always loved to write. Even from the time he was a child, he would bring home papers from school, and his teacher would say, very well written. And so I've always known that God was going to use him in some capacity to write. And I was hoping, obviously, that it would be in writing songs. And he and Shannon, about 3 years ago, started writing songs together. They got married 4 years ago. They have dated, known each other, and been a couple for 10 years now. So she has felt like she's a part of our family for many, many years now. We're very blessed to have them, and we want y'all to make them welcome, Madison and Shannon.
Thank y'all so much. They actually, I don't think y'all mentioned it or not, but about a month ago, Shannon and I came off the road with Mom and Dad. I've been playing with them for 13 years and figured out that I traveled right at about 3 million miles. And that's not a joke or an exaggeration. That's dead on. But I do want to say real quick, but we're with them this weekend. It's Dad's birthday, and we came out to help him out. But I did want to say, while I have the mic real quick, that I can't brag on these two enough as role models and as encouragers, and they're the real deal. Like, they're the same on the bus, in the house, as they are on the stage, and they're the greatest people that I could have ever asked for as parents. And I'm going to stop talking now, or else I will straight up cry on stage. But now, this is a song Shannon and I actually just wrote about a week or two ago. We've only ever done it live twice, and tonight will be the third time. But hopefully you guys will dig it. Here it is.
What you're looking for, you'll always find. Why don't you
sides. If we can't love each other, we'll just keep going round and around. Sides. If we can't love each other, we'll just keep going round and around. If we can't love each other, we'll just keep going round and around.
Thank y'all so much.
So proud of Madison and Shannon and writing. They're going to Nashville this week and do a whole lot of writing there. And so we just love them and support them. And you have a fan up here helping out in a video. They got your Christmas CD and so they love it through the whole time of Christmas. So that's a neat thing.
Jeff and I, we have been so blessed, it's like I mentioned, to grow up in families who are very, very close. Jeff's family, the Easter brothers, my family, the Lewis family. His family was 3 brothers who traveled on a bus together this is going into their 60th year. They're 80, 82, and 84, and still singing together. And then my family traveled for 58 years, a mom and a dad and brothers and sisters traveling on the road, and then with the addition of us grandkids. And so we're all exceptionally close, and we've been very, very grateful for that. But more than that even, I've been very grateful to be brought up in a household of folks who love and serve God. Because when life hits, some days our core, we are shaken to our core, and we are left to try to make sense of things that just simply don't. When you hear the words cancer, and you love God, and you serve God, and you haven't done the things that they typically say can cause cancer, you're left with a whole lot of questions, a lot more questions than you have answers. And I know that cancer is so prevalent in society today that so many people have been affected by it. It's amazing, though, until you've walked through that journey, you really don't know how to appreciate your health. I walked through that journey in July of 2008, and I'm grateful these days to be celebrating 7 years this July cancer-free. Praise God. And when I did, one of the first thoughts I had is, I looked at Jeff, what do people do when they don't have God in their lives? When they don't have a foundation? Because life changes, it moves all the time, but God doesn't. And He's always right there. He's always right there. And I'm so grateful for that. Many, many times during cancer, I walked through and I would just bow my head and whisper a prayer and just simply say, God, you know. Because I didn't know what to pray. But I am so grateful for the lessons that I learned as a young person, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. Those profound yet simple truths. And this is one of those I want to share with you. Lately, I've decided that if I could only pray one prayer for the things that I face in this life, the greatest prayer I could ever pray would be one for peace. Whether I face a health issue, a family crisis, or a host of other needs, I truly believe if I could have the peace of God that passes all understanding, I could make it through. There's nothing like finding peace in the middle of a storm. One night recently, I was kept up with worries, scheduling conflicts, financial needs, deadlines, family matters. Nothing big, just enough to cause me to lose sleep. The next morning when I awoke, none of my circumstances had changed, but I had an incredible peace about each and every situation, and no worry burdened me. Today's worry can rob me of tomorrow's strength and its joy. So if you're making decisions and unsure of your direction, if you're concerned about tomorrow, if you're burdened with unnecessary worries, pray for peace. It's the greatest prayer you can ever pray. This is for all of my overcomers and survivors, no matter what you've been through. I've been afraid, been confused, doubted everything I thought that I knew. and the darkness, when the shadows hide, the light I know how it feels to survive. Been alone, felt betrayed. Didn't know if I could stand another day. But I found joy, and I had faith. I've known the strength that gets me through one more day. 'Cause I know how it feels to walk out of a valley, how it feels to breathe the air that gives me life. I know the silence that comes with trusting and believing, and the darkness when the shadows hide, the light I know how it feels to survive. Now I live with eyes wide open, and my heart is filled with gratitude. 'Cause I know everything I have is only borrowed. By the grace of God, I know I'll make it through. 'Cause I know how it feels to walk out of a valley, how it feels to breathe the air that gives me life. I know the silence that comes with trusting and believing, and the darkness and the shadows hide, the light I know how feels to survive. I know how feels to
This past year, I did a CD with me and my daddy. It's called Like Father, Like Son. I was with Daddy for the last 2 days, and what was the town we went? Palatka, Florida. We did a concert there for 2 days. And did the video working up there? You got it going? And the audio guy here is going to help me out with some monitors. We didn't sound check this ahead of time. I'm one of them last kind of minute fellers. I come flying in on they say by the seat of your britches, you know, but they worked it out for me to do it. But this CD, I'm so proud of. Me and Daddy, I wanted to just do it because my daddy's singing so good. He's 82 years old, singing better than ever. And so Jason and Gerald Crabb came in and do a father and a son song with us, and the Wilburns, Jordan and Jonathan, Madison and Morgan and Sheri helped us out on it too. But this song here is called Like Father, Like Son. Sheri wrote this song. She knows all about me and my daddy. So I love to share this with you. If y'all would, let's do Father, Like Son. Like father, like son, two roads become one, the old and the young, the Father and the Son. You taught me to laugh at the stories you told. Wanted you to be warm in a world that was cold. You taught me to listen to God up above. I told you to pray. You told me to pray from a heart filled with love. Like Father, like Son, two roads become one. The old and the young, the Father and the Son. Now you don't get much prettier than that right there. We didn't always agree, didn't see eye to eye. I wore my blue jeans and I wore a tie. But there's one thing I know and won't ever doubt. I know that you love me. You know that I love you. And you still make me proud. Like Father, like Son, two roads become one. The old and the young, the Father and the Son. You may have regrets, I have them too. But God first when you pray. I remember you prayed. Son, I did that for you. Like Father, like Son, two roads become one. The old and the young, Father and the Son. Yeah. Is that a good-looking man right there? 82 years old. We did that last year sometimes, and like Sheri said, my mom and dad were married for 56 years, and Mama's last 5 years of her life, she'd gotten really sick, and she passed away in 2011, and he was such a great caregiver for Mama. But when she passed away August of 2011, that following December, I called Daddy up. He was home alone on Christmas Day. I was in Georgia. My brother lives in Alabama. My sister had gone home in North Carolina. Daddy was home all by himself, and I felt so bad for him being alone, and I just got to thinking. I said, Daddy, why don't you call Miss Denise Painter? You know, her husband passed away, and I'm sure she's lonely today, and you know, y'all could just go get a cup of coffee. He said, no, son, I'm doing just fine. 2 weeks after that, Denise called my daddy, wanted to know where he was going to be singing. And before they hung up, Daddy took my advice and said, Miss Denise, how would you like to go out for a cup of coffee? She said, I would love that. They've been knowing each other for 20 years. She said, I would love that, James. 2 weeks after that, they got married. That's a strong cup of coffee right there, man. And of course, Daddy's a preacher. He's going to give you scripture. I said, Daddy, 2 weeks? Yes, son. The Bible says do what you do quickly. This reminds me of my daddy as well. They used to make me go to church, clip on tie, starch your shirt. I never heard the preacher's words all slouched down in that pew. Now these days going to church is something I don't have to do. I get to. I used to have to hang with Dad, wash the car and cut the grass. It took all day and I hated that, till his heart attack last June. These days helping Dad is something I don't have to do. I get to. I get to wake up early and I get to go to work. I get to make an honest living, put my hands down in the dirt. And I get to hear Grandma complain about all her little aches and pains. I get to rock my baby girl to sleep, spend my weekends coaching Little League. There's a lot of things that I don't have to do. I get to. To have to say those words, you always seem to say them first. And I dreamed one night you left this earth. I woke up and reached for you. Now I realize I don't have to say I love you. I get to. I get to wake up early and I get to go to work. I get to make an honest living, put my hands down in the dirt. And I get to hear Grandma complain about all the little aches and pains. I get to rock my baby girl to sleep, spend my weekends coaching Little League. There's a lot of things that I don't have to do. Yeah, there's a lot of things you don't have to do. Y'all say it with me now. I get to. I love that message. It's just so simple. You don't have to, fellas, you don't have to take the trash out. You get to.
That's true.
And ladies, you don't have to wash them dirty clothes. You get to. It just goes on and on, don't it, baby? Hey, one thing we love to do when we come out and get to sing in different places, we love to get requests. Sometimes you might not have heard the song you wanted to hear. You drove all the way here. Well, they didn't sing my song. Anybody on this section got a song you want to hear you ain't heard? Yes, sir. Going away party. Yeah. Well, I love this one. This one just simply says, if we believe what we sing, what we preach, what we've been taught, this old world's not our home. We're only passing through. For all our loved ones gone on before us, we shouldn't have nothing more than a going away party. At the funeral service, a going away party. And we did that at my mama's funeral. So every time I say the word party, I want y'all to holler, whistle, scream. I want to create a party atmosphere. What'd you say, Madison? That's okay. I'm going to try you out now. Y'all ready? Party! Come on, y'all. We're in Florida. Party! Party! Born in 1900, she had her share of hard times. And at the age of 15, she met the love of her life. She adored him, loved him to her dying day. So we celebrated when we put her in the grave. Here we go, y'all. We took one
she'd stumble. This ain't a card never failed. She was in love with Jesus. He always stayed on her mind. Tonight they're together, having one heavenly time. We threw a going away party, till the end of the year. The day that she lived for is finally here. The one that she loved, he wants her by his side. So strike up the band. It's party time. The one that she loves, he wants her by his side. Strike up the band. It's party time. Strike up the band. It's party time. It's party time. Yeah. Yeah. We'll tell you a funny story. We sang that one night, and a lady came back to our CD table on her walker. She says, "Now, were you saying party or potty?" This is true.
That is a truth. You never know what people will say to you. One woman came up and said, "You putting on some weight, ain't you?" I said, "Well, you watch me on them Gaither videos. Cameras will add 10 pounds to you." She said, "How many cameras you got on you?" But Pastor, I got to tell you, now some people feel like it's their job and their ministry to come up and tell people when they gain weight. You know, there's somebody you can think of right now. They'll let you know. My mama was one of them ladies. She'd let you know if you gain weight, if you got too. She told me I got too skinny one time. But these people want to minister to you when. And you know, this is back in July a couple years ago. Now I was in Greenwood, South Carolina. I'm 5'8". I was 244 pounds. I know I was overweight. I had a black shirt on trying to look skinny, you know. And it was an extra large, and that button was going, "I can't take no more. You better lose something." Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all got shirts like that too. And so this lady, I'd never met this woman. I'm sitting at my product table. She walks back, y'all, I promise you. She walked back, reached out, touched, and started rubbing my belly. Now, I wasn't in the mood to get my belly rubbed that night. I just got to thinking, now, what would Jesus do? And I reached out there and I rubbed her belly back. I thought that's how she said hello. I didn't know. Her belly was bigger than mine, telling me how big my belly was. I told Sheri, I got back on stage, there's a little belly rubber out there. You better watch it. She'll get you. But that's a true story, y'all. I tell you.
It's a true story. It is. How about this section? Anybody in this section want to hear something?
Yes. And what's yours? Roses will bloom again.
Roses will bloom again. I'll be glad to do it for you.
What's it? Yes, we'll definitely do that one for sure.
Definitely do it. Jeffrey, you got you a little friend there.
I know it's a beetle. I've been watching.
A little ladybug.
Yeah. Is it a ladybug? Oh. Click on right. I wasn't going to play with him till you pointed him out. And then I'll put him right there and let's see which way he goes.
Oh, no.
There he comes.
That could be interesting.
There you go. Y'all got a shot of that on the video?
No.
It's the camera guy. Did he fall?
No, nope. It's going into your microphone.
He's going into my mic?
He's waiting for you to hit one of those big open notes.
There you go. You find it? All right, let's do it.
Roses will bloom again. One of my favorite songs to sing. I love the encouragement that this little song I planted a little rose bush and I tended it with care. Its buds began to blossom. bittersweet fragrance filled the air. But when winter came, it withered, the petals drooped and fell to the ground. My heart sank as it faded, but I'd forgotten who had made it. He said, roses will bloom again. Just wait and see. Don't mourn what might have been. Only God knows how and when. But roses will bloom again. Rose was his only sweetheart, a loving wife for 40 years. Cherished every day they had, and he held the memories dear. He never dreamed he'd marry love and go on to live alone. When he lays rose to rest, he looked to heaven and he tried his best to believe that roses will bloom again. Just wait and see. Don't mourn what might have been. Only God knows how and when. But roses will bloom again. Precious rose of Sharon, broken and bruised to world shame. Stain the cross of Calvary so that men might be saved. Satan cheered as he died, while Mary and the others cried. Then God raised him up from dead sleep, and he kept a promise only he could keep. Roses will bloom again. Just wait and see. And don't mourn what might have been. Only God knows how and when. But roses will bloom again.
Huh? Over the mountain? Oh, yeah. Who wanted sitting on top of the world? Isn't that ma'am in the back, way in the back?
Oh, in this area.
Oh, I see one over yonder. Yes, sir. You do sitting on top of the world? Okay, I love that song too. And this young lady in the back, what was yours? Oh, wow.
Oh, that would be a tough one, I think.
Yeah, she probably wouldn't remember that, would you?
I'd have a hard time with that one, I think.
Yeah.
It's a very emotional song, and I haven't sung it in about 10 or 15 years, but it is one of my favorite songs that I've ever recorded.
Do you know it, Morgan?
Very
I
tender.
know a little bit of it.
You reckon you can help me through it?
Yeah, I could.
Okay. We might
Yeah.
try.
Hey, let's do Sitting on Top of the World, and you can go looking for that other one for us.
Okay.
How long y'all been married? 52 years. Are y'all sitting on top of the world? Good days, ain't it? Let's do it for 'em. There was a big Ferris wheel at the Grant County Fair, and Johnny dared her to ride it.
They went around and around and got stuck on the top of the Cape Divide. Way up on the trees and the carnival lights, he kissed her for the very first time that night.
sitting on top of the world with their feet hanging off.
One day they were down by the lake on the dock with their toes in the water. Sky was red and orange. Kate leaned back in his arms thinking it don't get no better.
Johnny reached in his pocket and he pulled out that ring.
She said yes before he said a thing.
And they were sitting on top of the world with their feet hanging off. Yeah, they were sitting on top of the world with their feet hanging off.
For 18 years they raised 2 kids, loving them and watching them grow.
Johnny retired and he bought an RV, headed on down the road. And they were sitting on top of the world with their feet hanging off. Yeah, they were sitting on top of the world with their feet hanging off.
Johnny fell asleep one night and his eyes never opened.
Kate went on with life for a while, but her heart had been broken. They laid her to rest next to Johnny last spring.
And the preacher said now forever they'll be sitting on top of the world with their feet hanging off.
I bet they're sitting on top of the world with their feet hanging off. I know they're sitting on top of the world with their feet hanging off. Sitting on top of the world with their feet hanging off. There was a big Ferris wheel at the Grant County Fair, and Johnny dared to ride it.
They were round
Sitting
and
on
around
top
and got
of the
stuck
world
on the
with their feet hanging off.
One day they were down by the lake on the dock with their toes in the water. Sky was red and orange. Kate leaned back in his arms hanging on.
We sang that in Canada one time. A fella didn't get my accent, and he said, "I want that song you did, Sitting on Top of the World with a 3-legged dog." That'd be a sad song right there now.
A lot of folks come up to the table. Where does Jeff get all of that funny stuff? He gets it from you guys.
Yeah, it really happened.
It really did happen. I can remember when that happened, and Jeff came to me, and
It was.
a really sweet man, and he thought that was.
We're not going to hold you guys much longer. I do have a request for Thank You, Lord, and she wanted a bit of maybe Over the Mountain.
Do you want to do just a
Yeah,
chorus?
do that. But I don't know what key she does it in. Is it D? Sing it for me. Hey, wait a minute. What's your name up there? What's her name? Laura. She's Laura. Laura. I don't hear real good. Sheri came through the house the other day and said, "I'm proud of you." I said, "Yeah, I'm tired of you too." Laura, this is for you.
I may not be over the mountain, but I can see the other side. Just a glimpse makes me want to lift up my hands, throw back my head and smile. This journey has left me weary, but I know God's been faithful to guide. And I may not be over the mountain, but I can see the other side.
The night was one of the darkest.
Night was one of the darkest. The winter was oh so cold. The other side.
Go ahead and do it.
We'll try this one for you. We said our last I love you as we held each other tight with the years of tender feelings overflowing from our eyes. Here I stand with memories, all alone with no regrets, and that's as good as goodbye gets. You did a lot of living as you walked these earthly miles. It's funny though I'm crying, still somehow I have to smile, 'cause your life, your love, your laughter touched everyone you met, and that's as good as goodbye gets. It's a deep, deep sadness comes with letting go. Even though I'm grieving, there is peace, and there is hope. 'Cause everyone who knew you knew the heartbeat of your days. And that's as good as goodbye gets. And that's as good as goodbye gets. That song, I sung it, I think it's been 15 years ago that I recorded that song. You are so welcome. I fell in love with that song about 15 years ago because I was only 20 when my daddy passed away suddenly. And it was literally life-changing. And I ended up, just like I said earlier, with a whole lot more questions than I had answers. And he was such a gentle man, such a sweet, sweet daddy. He loved his children. We were the light of his life. When he passed away, his wallet was filled with picture after picture after picture of me and my little brother. We were his world, and he was a really gentle, sweet spirit. And the comment that we kept hearing over and over at his funeral and afterward was, he was such a good man. And he really was. And years later, I started thinking, if you have to go through losing somebody that you love, it's nice to be able to do that without regrets. It's nice to be able to do that knowing that other folks loved them so deeply. I have been so blessed in my life with a good mother, a good father. They had a good relationship. I've just been very, very blessed. But I love doing songs like that because it helps all of us when we have to walk through those very dark valleys. I love that song. Joel Lindsay,
Yes.
good friend of ours, wrote that song years ago.
And thank you, Lord, for your blessings they asked for over here. This is a song my daddy wrote in the 60s. And you got to understand, my daddy lived in a 2-room shack when he wrote this song out behind my grandpa's junkyard. Didn't have a whole lot as far as the world's goods, but he had found Jesus, exactly what Pastor was talking about earlier tonight. While the world looks upon me as I struggle alone, they say I have nothing, but they are so wrong. In my heart I'm rejoicing, how I wish they could see. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me. 'Cause there's a roof up above me, I've a good place to sleep. There's food on my table and shoes on my feet. You gave me your love, Lord, and a fine family. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me.
I know I'm not wealthy, and these clothes, they're not new. I don't have much money, but Lord, I have you, and that's all that matters, though the world may not see.
Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me. Would y'all stand and help us sing? There's a roof up above me. There's a roof up above. Good place to sleep.
I've a good place to sleep.
There's food on my table.
There's food on my table.
Shoes on my feet.
And shoes on my feet.
You gave me your love, Lord.
You gave me your love,
And a
Lord,
fine family.
and a fine family. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me.
Now let us hear y'all sing. There's a roof up above me. There's a place to sleep. There's food on my table. And shoes on my feet. You gave me your love, Lord. And a fine family.
All right. Be seated, please. Yeah, be seated. Have you enjoyed the Easters tonight? Hasn't it been wonderful?